A campaign to eradicate polio around the globe within 5 years has been launched. The Rotary Club has received a boost in its efforts to wipe out the disease after receiving a donation of $100 million from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Tonight, a huge image of a giant rotary wheel with the words "End Polio Now" was projected onto the side of the House of Commons to highlight the start of the campaign. Well, polio sufferer Goatie, who was abandoned as a baby in India and taken into Mother Teresa's mission, has recently been back to the country to see the immunisation campaign in action, and very glad to say he's with us now. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, you were abandoned because you contracted this disease, and fortunately, through circumstance, through luck, whatever you want to call it, you were adopted and given great opportunities in life. I suppose it's difficult to imagine how your life might have been otherwise.
It is difficult to imagine, but when I went back there with Rotary last year, I was able to reconnect with maybe some of those ghosts of the person that I could have been. And you're right, I was probably 1 in a million chance of a child from Calcutta via Mother Teresa being adopted and now sitting in a studio talking to you. And yeah, it was, going back to India did give me a refreshed sense of what the world's priorities are. Now,
I understand that when you went back, you actually got involved in an immunisation campaign. Tell us a bit about that.
I took part in an immunisation in Uttar Pradesh, which is north of Delhi. The population of Uttar Pradesh is 120 million people, which is the same as Nigeria, which is another endemic country. It's predominantly a Muslim area. So there has been a lot of resistance to immunisation and vaccination because of rumours that it might not be good for their children. So as well as those obstacles, there's also sanitation, poverty, lack of education that need to be overcome in order to connect with people so that they trust what is being suggested to them in a health campaign. Until that visit, I didn't know that it was possible for Rotary, World Health Organization, UNICEF to harness their collective skills to do something pretty amazing.
So tell us in a bit more detail about this specific campaign to eradicate, which aims to eradicate polio within 5 years.
5 years is a very definitive timetable. I don't know, from the last case of polio, a nation needs to be polio-free for 3 years. It is very achievable and it's very realistic that within the next few years, the 4 remaining countries will be polio-free, especially from type 1 strain, which is the most dangerous. In the last 7 years in India, type 1 strain, the numbers of those cases have been going down, 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 down.
Just tell us, Goatie, someone listening to this tonight, what can they do to help?
Well, they can contribute towards the polio eradication campaign. People, just because polio doesn't exist in the developed countries or in the UK, doesn't mean that it does exist in other parts of the world. So it isn't actually forgotten for a huge population of people. India is 1.2 billion. So I think probably financial sponsorship, as well as just keeping up the awareness that if they do travel to different parts of the world, to actually just take note of what's going on.
And the vaccine can make a huge difference.
Absolutely, it can save people's lives. So I suppose, one of the things that I would like to say to a lot of people is from all those children whose lives have been saved and whose lives can be saved, a very big thank you.
OK, Goatie, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us.